All right guys, so I'm out here in Ocotillo Wells. Just did a little bit of work to my bike and came out here to do a shakedown ride, but I figured while the bike's looking nice and new, I'm gonna go over it and show you everything I've done to it over the years. I've had this bike for almost 9 years now and done a lot with it. I've raced Baja, done a lot of different types of riding, and it's set up pretty good, so let's check it out. I'll start out on the controls. Obviously, I'm running the stock levers, Brembo stuff. That's the thing with KTM, you don't gotta go out and spend a bunch of money on aftermarket controls, so OEM's the best, so that's what I'm running. I've got ODI bars and the McGrath bend, so that's the lowest bend they make, and I did that just to try to get the bars close to stock height. I added this GPR stabilizer. It's a sub mount, so it does raise the bars a little bit. But right now they're slightly higher than stock, but pretty close. I'm running the MIG V2 lock-on grips. Ran these for a while now. So I'm running the Baja Designs XL80, and it's in the Moto-minded mount, which it's been decent. I had it does come loose a little bit, which will change the angle of the light. Recently, I just tightened it up again. We'll see how it holds up. So the light itself, I have 2 circuits for it. As you can see, my handlebars here, super minimalist. I just have my stop start switch right here. This is the Moto-minded bomber switch, but there's no headlight switch up here. So basically when the light's plugged into the stock harness, the light comes on when the bike's on and then shuts off when I turn off the bike. I added another circuit that goes straight to the battery, and that's actually what I have the light plugged into right now, but I have a button right here, and this is the switch that turns the light on and off. And basically I did that because I've had a situation before where I thought my light broke. Luckily it didn't, but I just realized, you know, if you're out riding at night and you have a wiring issue, you're screwed, you can't move. So that's why I have options for powering the light. So these are the SX slide plate handguards. I've been running these for a while now and I really like them. These are actually the mini version of the Shield, and you can see the mounts here, CNC'd aluminum, and they're just super strong. It's almost like running a wraparound handguard. That's how much protection you get out of them. So the GPR stabilizer is probably the one thing that I don't like on this bike. It's there's not too much adjustment, and honestly I have it turned down most of the time, so if I did do it over again I'd probably get a Precision or a Scott's, but for now it works. This bike's old and it's not really worth upgrading at this point. So from a GPS mount, I'm running the Moto-minded stout mount, and the stout mount's basically just these handlebar clamps with threaded holes in them. So you put those on there, and then you can make like any mounting plate that you need. So I made this one out of carbon fiber and then rubber mounted the GPS cradle on it. So it came out super clean, and this is just like a basic 64SX GPS from Garmin. So for the forks, I'm running the MX Tech Lucky Kit. It's a full replacement cartridge for the forks, and I had Ride JBI valve them and set them up. So I'm actually going to test out a new setting today, which I'm pretty excited for. But it's definitely a big upgrade over the stock forks. The stock forks are really bad on these bikes. The rear shock's totally stock besides valving, and that was also done by Ride JBI. So the seat here, Seat Concepts. It's kind of the go-to seat for these bikes. Definitely better than the stock one. And then up front here, got a Serbi's 3.1 gallon tank. It's I'd probably choose the IMS if I had to do it over again, just because a lot of the mounting screws for the tank, they use self-tapping screws, and it's just kind of ghetto. So not a huge fan of it, but it does the job. I routed the overflow hose up against the radiator guards and drilled some holes for zip ties to mount it, so that came out pretty clean. I'm also running the Takomoto fuel system, so inside the tank I've got his fuel pump, the serviceable fuel filter, And then you can see on the left side here, it's got the Fuel 90 metal disconnect, larger inline filter, and then the Takamoto fuel line as well. So it's fully dialed as far as the fuel system goes. That's one issue that these bikes have, is the fuel system. Either the stock fuel filter breaks or sometimes issues with the fuel pump. So that's pretty bulletproof now. As far as graphics go, I'm running Moto Cut. So this is my first time getting a kit from them, and it turned out really good. I did the metallic finish on it, and doing the orange to black fade, I think it turned out really good. On the side panels here, I got the grip tape. I'm going to try it out and see how it works. So as far as some of the guards go, I'm running the SX slide plate skid plate, and it's a really good skid plate. It's made out of UHMW, which I think he might be one of the only companies that uses that material. The clutch cover, just the basic Polysport guard. On the ignition side, when I first bought the bike, I found this dude in like Poland that was making guards for him. So I ordered one up. I don't know if he still makes them. And then I've got the undertail. I actually just had to replace it. The other one broke, so I ordered one from Takamoto. So moving on down, I'm running the titanium pro pegs, and I try to keep them filed nice and sharp. Definitely get some good grip out of them when they're sharp. Like I said before, stock controls for the brake and the shift lever. As far as the guards on the rear, I'm running the Enduro Engineering rotor guard, and then I've got the KTM plastic swing arm guards with the Bulletproof Designs chain guide guard, I guess you can call it. I didn't think I needed the chain guide guard, but I actually bent the tabs for the chain guide, and luckily I was able to bend them back. But after that, I ordered that up, and that's dialed now. And then I'm running the Acerbis chain guide, which I like. It's got a replaceable wear block. As far as tires go, I got 2 wheel sets. So right now, this is my OEM Husky wheel set, and it's got DID wheels, just the regular OEM hubs, and the tires are the Michelin Starcross 6 medium hard. I really like them. They work great on the track and in the desert. And then I'm running Nitro Mooses inside. Another thing I added with these wheels were the Dirt Tricks rotors, and I'm running Thai rotor bolts. And then on the drivetrain, I've got a full Dirt Tricks drivetrain as well with a rear sprocket and front sprocket. I'm running 1448 on the gearing, which is a really nice range for this bike, and it sets the rear wheel at a good distance. On top of that, I have the Dirt Tricks dome washer, and then this is a DID X-ring chain, the ERVT, I think it is, model. It's a high-end one. And then as far as the engine goes on this bike, it's a stock engine. I just had the top end done about 40 hours ago. It's got a little over 250 hours right now. So at about 210 hours, I did the top end. So that was a piston, valve kit, and all OEM parts. The only thing it's really got for performance is the Vortex ECU and then the FMF pipe. Honestly, this thing rips. It's faster than any 450 I've ridden, so I like how it's set up now. So I think that's it. Can't really think of anything else, but that was a pretty good monologue. Thanks. If you stuck around this long, you're a real one. So enough of that. Let's go ride. All right, so just finished up the ride. JB killed it again on the suspension. Like I said earlier, we went a little bit stiffer on the settings and he gave it back to me. Feels pretty much exactly how it did when I dropped it off, but the clickers are more in the mid-range. So I definitely have a lot of adjustments to play with there. And yeah, I'm excited to get this video done, because now next time I can go out and really put it to the test and see how it does. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got something out of it. Maybe you can use it to help set your bike up. But yeah, we'll see you on the next one.